Downtown Los Angeles. That's the location for the Raptors. A fearless shot maker and elite facilitator, Trae Young controls the game with vision and precision. The start of a fresh season. Today.
Yeah, for the first handful of games, you just want to play hard and build some chemistry. Get more comfortable with your teammates while also learning their tendencies and preferences.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. We've got Jackson, Devin Booker out there with Trae Young. Then there's Kevin Durant, and it's Siakam in at the 4 slot.
You have to put a body on Durant. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Jackson, the Lakers for the rebound. Randall inside. He's covered by Siakam. The baseline J is on the way, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Soft defense in that mid-range area, but they got away with it this time.
Clark, when you look at the evolution of Julius Randle, talk about his playmaking.
Yeah, he's worked on trying to see things as they develop a little more, and I imagine he's done a lot of film study. I could only attribute some of his improvement to that. He's looking for others intentionally and aggressively, so I think that's part of why his teammates enjoy playing with him. They know he's making the effort to distribute the basketball.
Young misses. The Lakers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Randall against Siakam. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And some changes here for the Lakers. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Duran. George comes in for Thomas. And De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Luka Doncic. Toronto also changing it up. Love is checked in for Jaren Jackson Jr. Mobo comes in for Siakam. And it's Ja Morant in for Kevin Durant. Booker can't get it to go. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's George on the wing. Covered by Love. George passes to Fox. Fires from deep. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort, defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
They've got De'Aaron Fox. Paul George out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Aaron Nesmith.
What you say? And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected Cam? In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman brand.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
It's George on the wing. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Fox against Young. Over Fox. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
Handles of Fox, nasty. Remarkable at carving through his defense and creating shot opportunities for himself.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And a new group getting ready for the Lakers. Porzingis is checked in for Randall. Jaylen Brown comes in for George. Thomas, he's checked in for Nesmith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Toronto also changing it up. Pascal Siakam, he's checked in for Battle. Kevin Durant comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Booker in for Trae Young. Morant, the pass to Love. And here's Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Over Thomas. gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
A silky mid-range jumper by Booker, attacking without any hesitation.
Shoots. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's...
Taking a look here now at Toronto, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's a wrap on it.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Well, without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
So for the Raptors right now, Devin Booker out there with Trae Young. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Jackson in at the 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you.
Allie, thanks for the report. And that one's good.
There's nothing you can do if you're the defense. Booker is so solid at muscling shots in through contact.
Pass to Duren. Now Doncic. Let's go with a 3. Durant pulls it in. Siakam in the post. Randall's there. Outside Booker. The 3 is up. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They're leading by 8. Randall, pass to Brown. Oh, and a dunk by Brown!
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
Booker against Thomas. Jackson with a screen on Thomas. For 3, Booker! And it's Booker again missing. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers earning this break in the action, up 10. And they've done well in limiting Durant's production.
Okay, fans.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Julius Randle out there with Jalen Duren. Then it's Cam Thomas. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Brown in at small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Raptors trail by 10. Booker. Ooh, the slam! Get up, Devin!
What a finish. Love to see that kind of explosiveness from Booker.
Brown outside. Oh, impressive footwork down low.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. They're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now Duren. Outside Brown. Here's Thomas. 17-footer on the way. Siakam there for the rebound.
Relatively open from mid-range. You'd like to see that one go down.
Oh, the shot is off. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, BA, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock. Don't turn it over.
Yes, sir! Banking in the layup.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Yes, sir! Count it! "23 seconds left in the final quarter. Now Thomas. Doncic, a screen on Booker. Thomas! Doncic outside. And so it's the Lakers with the W. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Jalen, congratulations. You had a monster game. What was your mindset coming in?
Just be aggressive, you know.
All right. Thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian A.
Introducing the starting five for your Philadelphia 76ers.
All right, everyone, the NBA season starts today. We have made it. It is a holiday for everybody.
Oh, man, the offseason felt like forever. It's great to be back. Nothing like some games that count.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Towns is out there with Williamson. Then it's Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Halliburton in at the 2 spot. And Portland with the ball. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, they have to stay aggressive, but protecting the basketball is at the top of the whiteboard. There's a balance.
Another young rising player in this league who's learning as he goes along is Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he continues to get more responsibility on his plate, and I think as he starts to embrace that leadership role a little bit more and become more vocal, I think then you're going to start to see Philly really do some great things.
Yeah, maturing before our eyes. Now, here's Halliburton. Pass to Giddey. Here's the three. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. The three bangs home the trifecta.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Now here's Giddey. Pass to Towns. Now Halliburton. Portland again missing. Maxey against Halliburton. Maxey kicks to Avdia. There's the drive. And stolen by Williams. Here's Williamson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Avdia. Over Williams. And no good on the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. 76ers lead by 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Franz Wagner, Murray out there with Levine. Then there's Williamson, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And never Greg an all-star, but he is a star. Jamal Murray can flat out play.
And he's had his hurdles to overcome with injury over the years, but he's never one to shrink from a challenge, and he remains a prolific shot creator.
LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for the 76ers. Josh Giddey's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 4. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Zion Williamson is a force offensively, but now he's applying his physical gifts to the other end of the court. He said, quote, teams were hunting me on defense. Watching the film, I didn't like that. I just started taking a lot more pride in it, working on it so I can hold my own. Kevin?
Locking in. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Ball finds Murray. Thompson, left side. 6 to shoot. Ball from long range. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Levine. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks to the paint. Here's Vucevic. Good D by Holmgren.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Ignoring the contact, Anthony Davis.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
There's Wagner with the 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. 76ers on top. They lead by 3. Now let's check in. All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
This has certainly been an exciting one. Any thoughts, guys?
I like it. It keeps us engaged in the action. Less time to throw jabs at each other.
Let's get back to our game featuring Portland. That first half was pretty even.
In a game this close, you want to attack the paint. Get yourself.
And that is it for halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. The 76ers leading by 3. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, plenty of anticipation in Portland for this summer when the WNBA will return to the Rose City. The Fire will reclaim the name from Portland's initial 2-year WNBA run from 2000 to 02. And this summer, with the momentum around the league, the hope is that flame will endure.
A new beginning. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Avdia is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Ball. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Maxey in at the shooting guard position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest. And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Outside, Maxey. Pass to Avdia. Well, good with the triple. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 3. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Williams outside, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Outside, Ball. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball sets a screen for Maxey. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Ball, no good. Three-quarters of play in a close game here. 76ers lead by 3. We'll take a quick break, then get you back. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine on the floor for Portland. They've got Josh Giddey. Zion Williamson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Williams. And it's Halliburton into the 2-guard. The big man Davis. What touch.
Great hustle by Davis, getting something before the defense can set up.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Takes a step back. Now Towns. Williamson outside. Halliburton is screen on Davis. Pocket 6. Williamson. And Davis sends it back.
That is textbook rim protection from Davis. Going after the ball without making contact on the shooter. Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. Coach telling the team, we're right in this. We have to keep fighting. If we can get consecutive stops, we've got a shot. We'll see if they can come back, guys.
Thank you, Allie. That one goes.
And guys, there's just an air about Halliburton. He has such belief in his abilities, and eventually others start to believe.
Outside Davis. Now Avdia. And an intentional foul right there.
Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
Wembanyama. Now Avdia. 6 on the shot clock.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Halliburton. Now Towns. Now Williamson. Williams. The long shot, no good. Maxey with it. Philadelphia wins it. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you.
Now, introducing the starters for your Cleveland Cavaliers. At the center position, 7 feet, 1 inch, number 27.
Feels like just yesterday we were watching the NBA Finals doors. Now a brand new season is getting started.
Doesn't feel like yesterday to me. I've been dying for some NBA hoops all summer. Let's tip it up.
And the starting group for the Celtics. They've got Kyrie Irving. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kate Cunningham. And it's Tatum in at the small forward. Now here's Irving. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Make no mistake, with that frame and that touch, Zubac's a tough cover in close.
And Doris, you look at Ivica Zubac. His game is elevated to a point where he's near the top of opposing scouting reports.
What's fascinating to me, BA, is there were a couple years where we were saying traditional fives are no longer part of the game. Not true. Zubac is a throwback. Plays to his strengths, playing in the paint, rebounding the basketball, and affecting the game with that 7-foot frame.
Antetokounmpo, bam!
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Irving against Reeves. And Caro outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Antetokounmpo. And Caro no good. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Here's Antetokounmpo. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Cleveland working the ball around now. Buries it from 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Shoots from 12. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. The Cavaliers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Cunningham. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, it's still a close game. Boston out in front. They lead by 1. And back to the start. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Jason Tatum, Evan Mobley out there with Johnson. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Barnes in at the point guard position. Outside Butler. Ayton passes to Butler. Ayton, the screen on Johnson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
This, to me, is how Butler hurts you. The athleticism, the strength, the body control. Draws the whistle, still finishes the play.
A different look for Cleveland. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Ayton, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Powell. Boston also changed in and out. Kate Cunningham's checked in for Hero, and Kyrie Irving is subbed in for Barnes. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. Kyrie Irving is becoming the sage veteran. He said, quote, "I used to think leadership is a lonely thing, and it's not. It's surrounding yourself with great-minded, great-hearted people, asking them to push you at times and picking them up when they're not able to be their best." Guys, back to you.
Great perspective. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Outside Irving. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
What's amazing about Kyrie is the number of go-to moves he has on the interior.
Here's Reeves. Outside Butler. Ooh, JB, look out.
Well, we know this guy is always a threat offensively. You can't lose sight of him.
Irving against George. Outside Irving. Lets a floater go. It's a tie game in Cleveland. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
10, Boston. 10. Fans, please direct your attention.
Hello, everyone.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
And now an opportunity to... Thanks for tuning in. Now
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Without question, Jimmy Butler displaying his skills today.
You know, I'm not really sure what defenders can do to slow him down. He's just too skilled.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
We've got Banchero, Austin Reeves out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Butler, and it's Gobert in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Banchero no good.
Oh, the defense very willing to live with that mid-range jumper.
Doris, we've said it before. Kyrie Irving has some of the best handles this game has ever seen. What makes him so good?
BA, to me, you can tell Kyrie has had a basketball in his hands from his earliest years. There is just a comfort, whether he's in traffic or if there's multiple defenders being sent in his direction. Under duress of heavy pressure, it's like Kyrie Irving sees nothing but the rim in front of him. He's truly incredible.
Pass to Reeves. Outside Butler. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Butler gets the assist. SGA's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
You love how fast Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets into that shooting motion. As soon as it touches his hands, it is ready to go.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, you see that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an excellent decision maker, such a dependable catalyst for this offense.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
A big round of applause.
Here's Tatum. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Irving. And Gobert with a block.
Boy, you have to be careful if Gobert is in the zip code, folks. This is a great shot blocker.
And here's Butler outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Boston out in front. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
When you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at the Celtics. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Cade Cunningham. And it's Tatum in at the 3 spot.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Cleveland. Cunningham there for the rebound.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Tatum. Oh, he missed the jumper. Cleveland has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. 14 feet away. That's what he wanted.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Irving against Reeves. Gobert pulls it down. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach did everything he could to fire up his team, saying, quote, "This is where every one of you has to dig deep. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Anything to give his team an extra push to close the gap." Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie.
And he is just showing off right now. He's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots.
Gobert. And it's Gobert in the comfort zone.
Gobert is not fazed by these moments. He wants to be the man.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Now Zubac. Oh, buddy!
Wow, they needed a bucket, and Zubac answers the call big time.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul. At the line for your Cavaliers.
So the first one drops. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Kyrie! He's off from 3. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And he's unable to get the second one. Cunningham! And so the Cavaliers take the win. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
Thank you all for attending.
Let's send it courtside and check in with that. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that.